Welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Iron Man series. If you missed last episode, we did some training at Ammonite crabs in order to get our second 99 strength, and there's 75 herblore by the way. And we also managed to complete our first master clue, where we got the gilded dragon defender as well as some supplies for herblore, which I have been using up right now. You can see this is all the prayer pots we got from like the 600. We had like just over 600 minars, so we got 1,800 doses of prayer pots plus like the 700 we have. I'll do a full looting pad reveal afterwards, but this episode is going to be getting back into Slayer and focusing on the plan as I called it last time. But I just need to do a little bit more of cleaning up before we're ready. Got a couple more herbs to work through, and then we've also got some ore. So we'll get into that, and I'll catch you with any levels we may get. Finished up all of our herblore stuff. The highlights, we now have stamina pots, so no more 2 spaces for super energies and amylaze. We can clean Torstol now, so I mean that's not saving a spot, but it's clean. And we've got a whole bunch of prayer pots in there. 6.2 mil worth of prayer pots. And also super energies too. We got 2.1 mil, so a lot of stuff in there. Toad flax, eventually we'll get to that. But as you can see here, I was experimenting, trying to see how it would be to buy soul and astral runes to finish up the occult altar. We need 10,000 astral runes and 5,000 soul and 5,000 bloods, which we already have the bloods, thankfully. And you can only buy astrals here, and soul runes you can buy at the Wizards Guild. So based on my calculations, it'll be just over a little more than like 3.2-ish mil, I think, to buy the rest. So I'm going to do it. But it's very, very hard to buy astral runes, at least right now, although it is like 6 o'clock on Saturday night, so that could be a reason. So I guess I will just try. I've been hopping around all the worlds, and they've literally been like out of stock. But even I did do my calculations for astral runes at like if I was gonna just completely buy out of stock, which I might have to do, and even then it's still less money than the soul runes for buying twice as many of them. So I'll get it done at some point. Hopefully you and I will do it, tomorrow before work or something. And we managed to get everything we needed. It's about 6:30 in the morning on a Monday, which is much easier to get runes, although there were still people hopping for them. So not 100% looking forward to when we have to do this for crafting, but whatever, we got it. So go ahead and set my coffee here, upgrade the altar. Bang! Occult altar done. So now we can switch between any of the spell books whenever we need to, which will be really, really great. As you can see, Ancient, Lunar, Arceus. Does Venerate let you choose? Yeah, okay. So good stuff. It also just looks really, really cool. So I mentioned last episode that I would be going over the plan going forward for the next couple, honestly, it could be a couple of months on this account, but just immediate goals and what I'm working towards. So pretty obvious, what comes after 85 Slayer and the Whip, 87 Slayer, and the Trident. The Trident is super useful for a lot of things, but the main thing I want it for immediately is Barrows. I already wanted to go back to Barrows even before I wiped, because I think I'd had Aram's top and bottom was pretty good. I had one piece of Darox, and I had Carol's bottoms, which are all okay items, but the main thing I want now is tank legs. And I think pretty much any tank leg will do, but Varix is, I think General Guard is the best because of the prayer bonus. So that's the main thing I will be looking for, although I will not be, doing any crazy Swampletics 1600 Barrows chest trying to get that. If I get something else and I have everything else I need, I probably will stop. But that's the main goal, and then also working towards I need a full set of any item to be able to store it, and also for the master clue. And I think right now Darox is going to be the best one for us to store because it's pretty much just for mole. Eventually we'll need mole to get birdhouses so we can do brews. That's really just how or bird nests, not birdhouses, I'm sorry. That's pretty much how it goes. And you don't have to use Darox for mole, but I think at our gear and our range, it's going to be the best thing to use for a while. And I honestly can't think of anything else that might be better than that. Like maybe you could make an argument for Aram's if you don't have any other better magic stuff, but once you the Trident's better than Aram's staff, I'm pretty sure. So that's already one thing you don't need. Maybe Guthins. I honestly, being real talk here, I could potentially see myself getting Darox And then once I've done tons and tons of mole, or can able to do mole without Darox, maybe switching it out for like Guthans or something, because that could be helpful for like certain bosses or just Slayer in general. But main thing I'm looking for right now is tank legs, full set of Darox, hopefully, and it would be nice to get Carol's or Aram's top and bottom, but I am not gonna go out of my way to get either of those pieces. After that, we need, as you can see on this thing, I wanted this to be more like a flow chart at first, but it kind of ended up just being like a general everything, working towards everything, kind of just like info board. But 86 crafting is what I want right now. I have a 77 crafting, and there's a couple things we unlock. The biggest things are at 85 we can boost to make the Suffering, and at 86 we can boost to make the Fury. And those are, I honestly think the Suffering is maybe a little bit more useful. The Fury is just a glory with better, like a slightly better defensive stats. Like, it's not that big of an upgrade at all, but the Suffering is huge. When you imbue it, it's got really, really good defensive stats, and it can work as a ring of recoil that you can charge. But of course, what we need those for is, not what we need it for everything, but what I want them for, especially the glories, or the, what I want the rings of recoils for, is Zulrah. It's about time I get Zulrah. Everyone has to do it. Yes, I know the blowpipe is going to get nerfed. I still think it's going to be pretty much a requirement for a lot of things. And even if it isn't, like Zulrah, you still want to do Zulrah for like the Magic Fang, or is the Magic Fang the blowpipe? I don't actually know. You see how much I don't do Zulrah, but I want to be able to get the Toxic Trident. Like, I think that could be good. The Serp Helm especially can be really, really good. And I still think the blowpipe will be useful even after the nerf, whatever it is and whatever it happens. We gotta do Zulrah at some point. So other than that, like, we have the crafting for that gear. But as far as the actual armor we're going to be bringing in, I have two options, which you may have been questioning ever since you saw them. It's either going to be crystal armor or it's going to be void. And the reason I say crystal armor is because, just like the blowpipe is getting nerfed, crystal equipment is also probably going to get buffed. I want to say supposed to. It should be buffed. It's kind of like a meme at this point how bad crystal armor is, and I think Jagex has to know that. And they've talked about it. They say they're gonna buff it, but of course some of the things they've said, like people done the calculations, was like even after the blowpipe nerf and the proposed original crystal armor buffs, it's still gonna be not great. I've always been interested in crystal armor. I think I've said that before sometime, that I was thinking about getting it anyway, just because I think it looks cool, and it's like I like crystal equipment. The crystal bow is pretty chill, and if it could be good after these buffs, then it could be really nice to have. But it's either gonna be crystal armor or void. That's gonna be like the easy one to do after that. I just say that because I don't want to have to worry about switching too much, because I've done like 4 Zulrah in Trailblazer League, and that was it. And I am not a Zulrah pro by any means, so I expect a steep learning curve. What do we get? Anything? Oh, whip from a superior. That's awesome. A hard clue from Abbey Demons. Gonna get anything? Okay, 2 uniques, but we still have not got any Gothic chaps. That is now like what, our second, third D'hide chaps we've gotten, but no chestplate yet. It's a good clue. Oh, big hit, 81 defense. There we go. First level. Get used to seeing those, because we'll probably be flying through a couple of them. All right, we've got a Dagonoth task, and I told myself the next time I get these, originally I wanted to try and do Rex to get a D-Axe back, now that we can store that. But first I want to go for the Spined Armor set. So at first I just wanted the Spined Chaps are the most important, so we can store the Whip in Draenor, not Edgeville. And eventually I'd like to have the full set so that we could put it in the house. Let me go over here and show you. Also, I apologize for my game looking like this. There was a game up today, and for some reason Runelight didn't update like with it or something. I don't really know, but Runelight isn't working correctly right now, so it doesn't have any of my settings saved, and it looks like this, and I hate it. We see here we have the Spined Armor set, so we just need the chaps to store the Whip, but if we have the full set, then we can actually kind of use that as a legitimate storage for the Whip rather than just like a storage. I mean, we have 2 right now, so I'm going to put the first one in there for right now anyway. But if we have everything but the chaps, then we can take that, when you take that stash out, we can just put the chaps in here and then take it back out freely, because we have the full set. rather than just having to use that, because the only items in there is the whip, the chaps, and then the Legends cape, which we can also go ahead and store in here. And we don't have one because we have it in a different stash. We can also just buy those back pretty easily. So I will be doing that. It's just killing the Dakinos on Waterbirth Island. They have some really random like drop tables and different ones you have to kill to get the different pieces you need to make it. So hopefully we'll at least get enough for the chaps this task. Well, Runelight is back, and literally on my first kill, I get the spine gloves. Just got the circular hide. We're like 80 or 90 kills in. 119 kills. We finally get a pair of spine boots. We've gotten 3 spine gloves in total now, so I'm happy to see something different. And there's the flattened hide. What are we at now? 133 kills? So that is not bad. Now the only piece we're missing is just the only one for the chaps. Oh, that's the very last one. Stretched hide. How many kills did we get total? 228 kills for everything. So now I just need to go and kill some of the ones outside to get the normal hides. And there's a second stretch hide back to back. That's hilarious. And here we are in our full spined armor set. And we also got a medium clue from that. So I'm going to shotgun a huge keg of beer here for luck. And let's get some ranger boots, why don't we? Okay. But yeah, so now we can store the whip with the spine chaps here whenever I want to. But I have the extra whip in the inventory right now. I'm eventually going to drop, well now I can drop this for sure because I only need one whip on the account. But I'm eventually going to drop this over. I'm just waiting because I would alch it, but it only alchs for like 70k compared to its like 2 mil GE value. So at some point, whenever it's worth it for me to spend money to bond an alternate account, I'll drop stuff over. Alright, Black Demon. So I will be trying to do some demonic gorillas, but also I'll be doing one Skatiza first because I do have a dark totem. There we go. Oh my gosh, it started out pretty well even though I missed both my specs to start, and then it was just real bad. Like really bad. Couldn't even start the hard, but I did get the elite casket, although it was a struggle. We had to do a skull ball course, which was the first time I've ever done it. So at least we got the music track, but it was not fun. What are we gonna get? Anything? Legit, I might bring this rune kite with me to demonics because I think defense bonus might end up being nice, but we'll see what I need. All right, here we are. None killed. This is gonna be my gear setup going in. It looks probably pretty bad, though it is about I tried with like experimenting with different pieces of obby armor or proselyte, and none of them really. They just butcher your magic defense, which I think crush magic and range are the 3 most important ones. So I think this is about as good as I can do. I also have only a one-way switch, 1.5. Technically, I'll need to make sure I eat some food or something. Just got the crystal bow for range. Again, we'll see how that works. But yeah, there are definitely a couple things I can switch out here. And potentially maybe start to even do these guys, although I think my stats should be definitely good enough. It's just my gear might be holding me back a little bit at this point. I might need to wait until we get some tank legs or something, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, went about as well as I thought it would. I got 3 or 4 kills, but only because I got a drop of sharks in the third one. I would have had to leave if I didn't do that. So definitely more food, less prayer pots. The attack pot is good. I think the crystal bow is pretty good too, although it would definitely be easier to have like an RCB just for like the one-to-one to be able to keep the shield on. So maybe I will switch to RCB now that I have these rune bolts I got. I totally forgot to say, but we got 95 hit points there when I was killing a demonic gorilla. I didn't even consider trying to get it right after I caught it because that is I cannot prayer switch to save my life when I'm talking, and I was already not super great at those guys. But yeah, 95 hit points. Well, I decided to switch over to a rune crossbow just so I wouldn't have to keep switching the shield and losing the defense that came with it. And of course we couldn't pull it off here, but we are just about to get 82 cooking. We can now cook sea turtles, which I think is for a diary, or maybe manta rays is for the diary. I can't remember. 38 KC. Here's our first drop. Ballista Spring. Not quite what we're looking for, unfortunately. Just wanted to say this was a big one. This is my first 6-kill trip, and I didn't get any supply drops. Normally I get consistent 5-kill trips, although usually I benefit from like either a shark drop or a prayer potion drop. But nope, I bring 2 prayer pots and then the rest food, and I got a cerebro, but I didn't end up using any of it. So yeah, 6 kills per trip. Nice stuff. I'm sure many people can get more, but that's good for me. crazy new record. 8 killed trip. I could maybe have done 9, but I kind of choked on the second to last one. It caught me by surprise, so I had to eat some food, but that's real nice. All right, I want to make sure I give the recorder here enough time to catch up, but I also want to not die here. Let's go ahead and snag this, and then we are out. Tanzanite shard. Oh man, how much is it? And my cat's there making noise in the background, of course. So here's the collection log. I actually got the Tanzanite at 78 kills, but I just decided to finish off the inventory and do another trip just to use up the sharks. So yeah, 2 drops at 82. That's pretty spoon-fed if I'm being honest. Although I'm glad because I was getting ready to end this video without having anything done, but this is a very nice end to the video. Already got like freaking one thing of the Zora checklist in quotes checked off. Although it is kind of only a part of it. We need to get the next comes the crafting levels, which will be fun for sure. And that is definitely going to do it for this episode. Finishing strong. We got the Tanzanite, of course, really early. And money-wise, we made, I think, RuneLine says it's just about 1.5 mil if you take out the Tanzanite. I think it's more closer to 1 mil. But even more than that, 85 fishing. Start the level with an episode. You gotta end it with an episode. I know for a fact that is for a diary. You need to catch wilderness crabs for like the Wildy Elite, I think. That would make sense. Not that we're gonna do that anytime soon. But yes, so big strides in the Zora checklist, and next episode, I do not expect anything major. Asking for 87 Slayer is a lot to do in 1 week, but it's definitely going to be really Slayer focused. This ended up being more of kind of like the plan episode and getting things in order, but next week is going to be your regularly scheduled task, clues, levels, hopefully. So thank you all for watching, and I hope I'll see you then. Have a good one.